This is an award that I'm really excited about, and an award winner whose goals and aspirations I can truly identify with and admire. He serves as an inspiration to all, regardless of age. Werner Berger is the oldest North American to climb the highest mountain on each of the world's 7 continents. His impressive accomplishment embraced the true spirit of life reimagined and illustrate how exciting and fulfilling it is to answer the question, what's next? At a seminar in 1989, Mr. Berger, who was then 52 years old, listed his remaining life goals, his bucket list, including climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, the Matterhorn, and to reach the Mount Everest base camp. He set out to accomplish these goals with no excuses about age or self-imposed limitations. He not only succeeded in reaching his goals, but he blew right past them. Werner believes that anyone can do what he has done. To achieve any goal, he advises that we should dream big, dream beyond what seems reasonable, visualize yourself having already completed your goal. And from that stance, look back to see what actions you need to take to make it happen. Mr. Berger firmly believes dreams do not have an age limit attached to them, and that too many of our limitations are really self-imposed. His next goal, he's planning to go back to Mount Everest in 2014 or so to become the oldest person in the world to reach the top. And I'm betting he'll make it. It's now my immense pleasure to present the first ever AARP Pennsylvania Life Reimagined Award to Mr. Werner Berger.
Have to take my shoes off anymore when I go through security. The age limit is 75 and I'm beyond that. Yay! It's an extreme pleasure to be the recipient of this first ever Life Reimagined Award and to spend this day with you. And I sincerely thank AARP Pennsylvania for this honor. I am indeed blessed in so many ways. In fact, I'm extremely lucky to have recognized at a very early age that the number that represents age is just that. And what's far more significant is what I think about, what I dream about, and in fact, what I do. I'm also extremely lucky to have recognized that health is everything. And in today's society, we really need to guard that. Another reason I'm lucky is as a farm kid, I knew very quickly how incredibly depleted our foods are of nutrition. And that is so important to us. The other thing I learned over time is that there are 4 critical factors that we have to focus on. And the first one, and the easiest one, in fact, is nutrition. And when you look at our fast foods, our sugars, our processed foods, we really are not focusing on health. There's a gap here. And all we have to do is look at the obesity rate within our country. And that's where it comes from. And the unfortunate part is not too many people are talking about it yet. And they will. They have to. That's the issue. Another factor has everything to do with exercise. Our vitality, our strength, our longevity comes from exercising this body. In fact, this body craves exercise. What we do to counteract the toxicity in our environment that we cannot avoid anymore is also extremely significant, and it has everything to do with our immune system. And finally, the fourth one is balance. And the only question I have for you is, do you play enough? And do you sleep enough? I'm also extremely lucky to keep dreaming, and not just dreaming, but also doing challenging things, adventurous things, like taking groups to Everest Base Camp, or taking groups to the Serengeti, which is fabulous from an animal perspective view. You cannot even imagine what it's like when you see it on a two-dimensional screen. Or taking groups to the top of Kilimanjaro. I've done it 4 times, and I'm going to keep doing it because it's fun. And, of course, going on the old Inca trails to Machu Picchu is another one of those life-changing experiences that when you get into these cultures and you get into these environments, you see, what is this world all about, and what does it have to offer us when we break through the little box that we create around ourselves. I'm also very fortunate to have married a wonderful woman, Hashi Siegel, and I'm going to ask you to stand, and I know this might be a surprise. With whom I can share the passions and my life with. I'm also very lucky to be dreaming of climbing Everest again. And actually, before doing that, to climb the 8th of the 7 summits. If you're confused about that, talk to me a little bit later. It's called Karsten's Pyramid. And then, depending a little bit on other climbers, and there's another climber that's similar age to me, maybe a little bit older, that might climb in another year or 2, I might have to delay my 2014. And I might have to delay it up to 7 years if he's successful. And my head hates that. However, my body loves that because I'm now telling it I'm going to exercise and I'm going to keep myself fit for another 7 years. That's, of course, the good news. Finally, and I'm sure by now you're saying, there must be a time that his luck is going to run out. Or maybe some of you are saying, it's time you moved on. Finally, I really want to say it is such an honor to live in a country that can spawn an organization like AARP. Because of the benefits this organization has for us, because of the wonderful volunteers that it has that make these benefits possible, and that out of that, we have an opportunity to live the kind of life that we really choose for ourselves. I urge you to keep looking at and ask yourself the question, what is next? What turns me on? What haven't I done that I really want to do? How can I raise the bar on my health? How can I raise the bar on my enjoyment of life? How can I raise the bar on my vitality? Those are questions we have to ask. And of course, the other one is, what can I do about living my life happily in longevity to the very end? You see, we are all extremely important to each other. This world functions as a result of how we interact with each other. And each one of you, and you have to accept this, has an incredible, unique contribution that only you can make. And when you make that, everything changes. And if you don't make that, very little changes, because we're always waiting for the other person. So I'm now passing the torch to you, and I'm challenging you to reimagine your life and to dare to dream, and then go and take unprecedented action to not only enhance your life, but make this a much better world. Thank you so much. Thank you.